Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Tom, and I feel like that I've covered most of everything that you can do, other than like taxis and actually doing like a rescue squad mission. But the rescue squad missions aren't that fun. Like this one, you pick them up here, take them all the way down there. This one gets picked up here, all the way down there. Like they're all fucking stupid long ones, which I don't hate, but at the same point, the rescue squad stuff is pretty pointless. It's fun, sure, but pointless. And between a taxi and a limo, they're the same thing. The only difference is the missions that actually require a limo, you can do with the limo. Everything else, it doesn't matter. Which they're pretty much simple. You pick up somebody and deliver them. Same with the taxi. Pick someone up and deliver them. It's all the same. I would cover those, but I do have videos of taxi and limo jobs. I don't know, a couple videos ago, maybe a month ago, and those both are exactly the same, just different vehicles. That's the only thing that changed. And honestly, quite annoying. Rescue squad missions, equally about the same. Quite annoying. The best thing that I can say for either one of these two is if you find get in the driver's seat. Find one that's a long ways away, like this one that's 14.6 or 15.6. You accept it, pick up the person, hit autopilot, and let it deliver them. Make a decent amount of money that way, but other than that, I never ever found the need to actually continue doing taxi stuff after I started doing trucking. If you enjoy driving around monotonously and delivering people, sure, taxi and or limo are what you can do. And sure, you don't need this as a taxi cab. You can make any car or vehicle technically into a taxi. I got the military Jeep as a taxi, Stag, and this is technically a taxi, but it's considered a limo. But yeah, honestly, I don't know what else to say along those lines. I mean that's pretty much it for that. I guess I can, and will go to like a bus depot, which like right here. So I'll just run there. It's up the road. And I'll show you how to do a bus route if you want to do a bus route, which I think I've covered before. But it's pretty much as simple as that. You just drive around and pick up people at bus stops. Like it's real simple. Sometimes you have to be on time, sometimes you better off slowing down, and stuff like that. Like everything else, like the cargo and stuff, I feel is better than all these little side quests. But when you start the game and go through the breakdown of the tutorial, they'll have you drive a taxi first, I think, and then do a trucking mission, which you'd use the dory, and then you'll do the bus, or maybe you'll do the bus, then the trucking, then that, and then tow trucking. Like it has a breakdown of the tutorial. And at that point, this is your bus, and then when you work up, you can steadily get bigger. This one, even though I'm not buying it, still. Oh, I thought it still required a level. I guess not, but. So everything's level based. This will be the first type of bus, or second type. Then you got like the school bus and this bus, and then you got this, and then the other ones that aren't here. But yes, I covered those kind of in the last mission too, or the bus video. But honestly, if you're looking to make some decent money, I definitely recommend doing something along with trucking. Those are the best paying ones, even if it's like dump truck stuff. I know I haven't covered dump truck stuff, but it's pretty much you pick up something and drop it off just like everything else. So it's pretty much as simple as possible. And I think right now I have at least one possibly dump truck on my list. Okay, no, I don't anymore. But so I used to have a dump truck hauling like limestone to get ground, and then to the packaging facility, which either makes the concrete or limestone, and that was it, just to make some extra funds. And then I had another dump truck running from down here, because you can get coal and or iron from this dock or cargo area to the steel facility. Like, it was faster, in my opinion, to do that route than having them dick around with this stuff, because this stuff is a pain in the ass, and you physically have to babysit and or drive them yourself through here, because they cannot do them, even if you have an all-wheel drive dump truck. That does not work. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for what I can think of like covering anything. And I'm not exactly sure how many vehicles you can actually have in your storage, but if you continue to add slots, it definitely gets bigger. I think it goes up to, I don't know, probably 15 or 20, I would assume. I guess I never really dug in that far, and this is the most vehicles I've ever had, and currently I'm making $5,700 with all the deductible or all the repairs and usage prices, you know. If that wasn't the case, I'd be making 1,400 or 14,000, but what it is. If you have a bunch of vehicles and they're doing a good job and doing what they need to be, you'll make money. And yes, vehicles, if you have multiple buses stopping at the exact same time, there's a good chance one or the other will get stuck. So if you're near the area, you can always jump in and move it so everything can continue flowing. It don't happen very often, but it is a possibility. Same with them being on the road. They might get stuck behind a vehicle that isn't moving anymore because it had an accident or something. So if you're near them, you can always move them, or you can go in here and you can remove from company and then reselect them if you want. I mean, that is more of a painstaking one, and they have to restart their whole cycle over, which sucks, but it is a possibility if they do get stuck. And you're not in the area of them, I guess. And I know beforehand, the place where you buy blueprints wasn't labeled, it was just labeled as a vendor. But if you wanna buy a house, you can go there, you can buy their parking spots, and you can buy buildings to build, like my shed that I have. Which, honestly, building a building like this is more time consuming than anything else. And it does pay for itself, but at the same point, it's a pain in the ass. Houses, you just pay for the house. All you have to do is decorate in the interior. Which also kind of sucks because it's a pain. I've covered this in a few videos, trying to decorate a house. But yeah, everything else is pretty much the same as the trucking missions. You pick up and drop off, pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off, kind of thing. I've already covered tow trucking and garbage truck stuff, rescue squad stuff. It's pretty much limousine or taxi stuff, just you're taking them to a hospital instead. They do have a search and rescue thing. Last time that I tried to do a search and rescue thing, it took me 2 hours and I never even found the person that I was looking for, so I I don't feel like this is a decently good purchase and or job to do unless you actually have a drone or something where you can see somebody other than running around and struggling like I did. But there's a lot of options, a lot of things to do in the game. Some stuff is way better than others. And if you do want to shop, you can build it to a certain extent. It's pretty much like a blueprint. You just deliver whatever it needs and it gets built. And there's multiple different variants of everything, kind of, sort of. So there's a mixture of houses, mixture of depots, mixture of like warehouses or sheds. And there's a few different sizes of your like parking spots, but it really doesn't matter. On the parking spot, you can load up everything in one spot. And I do have a mixture of stuff. So this is my semi and gas tanker. These are my container haulers. My flatbeds, mostly used for wooden planks. My log trailer and another tanker. So I can hook this one to that one and haul a decent amount of fuel. There is an option to get two of these and then a rear tanker that's exactly the same. I've had it in my prior videos. And yeah, it works perfectly fine. Just what I figured out that it's equally as good to have one front and the Tanko, the original tanker, it's just as good and fine. Less weight, less struggles, trying to turn around stuff and all that stuff. So that's what it is. And then I do have a car trailer. So if I want to do tow trucking without a tow truck, I can use this, and so on and so forth. Like, this game has multiple options, multiple things, and these buildings that you do build, you park vehicles in, and or use an actual repair shop so you can, if I remember, somehow you can deliver bits and pieces or parts here for your vehicles, and you can have your like your buses or trucking goods come through here, get repaired, and go on. Other than doing the screen and then you just hit refresh all. I mean, in all reality and in the long run, it all costs the same anyways, so it's what it is. And I feel like I'll probably cover most of everything that anybody will do. I would say races I would do, but solo, it's pretty much a time attack. It's not an actual race. But if you do a solo or a time attack enough, you do gain your racing skills. And from what I've kind of noticed, the racing skills aren't really useful for much. So, kind of up to you if you want to do that. It's better if you're going to play multiplayer or co-op and you do races, this will go up a lot faster than solo driving around a track trying to beat the time or whatever. But yeah, that's about it. And I guess back to the screen. The rescue squad stuff has no impact. The racing don't have any impact in your actual day-to-day like driving and everything else. When you get like, for the most part, this screen right here where it says town status is like your main like actual need. So it gives you like a breakdown of what is needed in that place. So in Jeju, I have 30% of food delivered to wherever it needs to be delivered. So this is like a food marker for the people. This is the bus, this taxi stuff, cop stuff, and garbage stuff. Higher that you have means more people, more percentage, more money that you make off of your missions or your jobs or contracts or whatever you're doing. Make more money throughout everything in those towns. So say these were all 100, and this was 100% or whatever the max is, you'd make a shit ton of money delivering anything to Jeju, or so on and so forth throughout all the towns. Like, it's pretty much a slight breakdown of what is happening, how many people are in the place that are growing, and the percentage of money that is added to your loads, or deliveries, or whatever. So yeah, that's very much the breakdown. This is high priority stuff, which will give you the highest pay for that time. So say I get oil from here, deliver it there. Say it's like 60,000 or whatever, you get 200% more money. That's kind of this. And then further you go down, it lowers, but it's still a priority. So yeah. And it gives you how many units is required on the side. And also gives you to set a set a destination so you can travel there. Or have at least a GPS area to go there to there or whatever. But yes, this is helpful if you want to make max money for whatever you're delivering to a certain destination. If it's on this, so this is your pickup, this is your drop off. So the place that you want to deliver coal to is on this section right here to the delivery. You'll make that much money. And like this one says, it's expiring in 28 seconds. So it'll disappear and then get replaced by something else. And that will also fluctuate day in and day out. Because this game actually has like a working economy, so the more stuff you deliver, the cheaper it will get. And the stuff to deliver to the place that you were taking from will get more expensive so that they can keep the circle going. And it's pretty much like a fluctuation. So if something's in high demand, it'll be worth a lot. And then you deliver it a lot, then it'll go down. And something else will become high. Or whatever the prior product is. Say you're hauling fuel to Jeju Harbor, and it's like maxed out, and then you haul a bunch of it, and it drops way down. And then from the refinery will require a bunch of oil, so that'll be your next high point. So you'll haul oil there, and then after you haul enough oil there, it will drastically drop after time. And then somewhere else will probably require fuel, so that'll be high up priority, and go on so on and so forth. It'll continue going around and around and around forever. There's an economy, and it all matters on what you deliver and do and what you don't do. Stuff that you don't do will obviously pay more for a delivery than the stuff that you do all the time. That's what I'm kind of getting at. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for everything, and greatly appreciate all of you. And this is pretty much a breakdown of all the random stuff that can and can be done, and it can't be done. Which, I mean, everything that I talked about can be done. So yeah. But thanks, and bye-bye.